Let me get this straight. You want to make money sports betting? Yet you're not subscribed to Unprofessional Breakdown, brought to you by Bet Online. Don't you know this is the only place where you can find scientific guaranteed backed picks? And this week, we're using a large hadron collider and the buddy system so you don't get lost. Well, we have a lot of money to make. Let's go. First fight. Owner of the second coolest haircut in the flyweight division, Tatsuro Taira versus Clyde Rodriguez. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that I would be on Team Japanese Kid with a bowl cut and that makes ninja hand signs. But I discovered something very unfortunate. Both of these two guys have an opponent in common in CJ Vergara, who beat Clyde Rodriguez but lost to Tatsuro. And according to Unprofessional Breakdown Handbook, Volume 2, Chapter 4, in situations like this, we're forced to use our rock, paper, scissors protocol, which is very unfortunate because it tells us that Clyde is going to win. So I'm going with Clyde Rodriguez. Next fight. Jamal Emmers versus Jenkins. Jamal Emmers is coming off a win over 23-0 Kuskin Askabov, while Jenkins, he's coming off an even more impressive win over Unprofessional Breakdown pioneer Don Shanis. Now, as impressive as that win was, watching Jamal put an end to the most padded record in the featherweight division was just too entertaining for me to ever go against him. So I'm going with Jamal Emmers. Next fight. Trevor Peak versus Victor Martinez. Fun fact, Trevor Peak's nickname is The Brick. And as I told you guys last week, brick is when you shoot your shot and you miss. And since his nickname is The Brick, that means he's the manifestation of shooting your shot and missing. So I'm going with Victor Martinez. Next fight. Tabitha Richie versus Gillian Robertson. Another fun fact. Gillian Robertson's nickname is The Savage, while Tabitha, her nickname is Baby Shark, which is still a slap with the kids to this day. Which is quite a coincidence because slapping kids in 2023 is an act that some people would say is only meant for a savage, meaning these two was destined to meet. You know what else is destined to happen? Us making money with our Unprofessional Breakdown can't miss world-renowned algorithm. So hit that subscribe button so you can fulfill your destiny. I'm going with Tabitha. Next fight. Matthias Rebecci versus Lloyd Radza. Very interesting matchup. Randy Brown versus Wellington Thurman. Wellington Thurman sounds like the name of a civil rights leader. But when I look at Wellington, I see a white guy. But then when I look at where he's from, it says Brazil, meaning that's 3 different levels of deception. On the other hand, Randy Brown's nickname is Rude Boy, which isn't very nice, but it's still a whole lot nicer than trying to trick me 3 different times. So I'm going to go with Randy Brown. Next fight. Somebody's about to lose their job. Austin Lane versus Justin Tafa. Some dummy at UFC.com just gave us spoilers. As you guys already know, when we see a black and white picture, that means the other fighter already beat this level of the campaign in the story mode. Now, as bad as I feel for whatever employees about to lose their job at UFC.com, I feel great for us because we're about to make the easiest payday of our lives. I'm going to say bet no less than $250,000 on Justin Tafa. And if you can't afford that, stay away from this bet. Leave the monies for the rest of us. Next fight. If it isn't the GOAT, and no, I'm not talking about Unprofessional Breakdown GOAT Michael the Count Bisman. I'm talking about our new baby GOAT, Zagas Zumagulov. Now, like I said last week, unfortunately, we have to go against Zagas this time just because he's fighting Michael the Count Bisman. But in the future, we're going to make a whole lot of money on Coconut Head. I bet you. Next fight. Neil Magny versus Phil Rowe. Have you ever seen Looper? Neil Magny is time traveling back into his past to fight his younger self in a UFC fight. Now, what you need to ask yourself is why? Is it for the challenge? Nope. This is advanced level fight fixing. Who better to help you pad your own record than yourself? And if they play it off well enough, they could even earn a bonus. Twice. I'm going with younger Neil Magny, but I'm watching, y'all. Next fight. Brandon Allen versus Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva is one of the few UFC fighters that's been able to fight success in 2 weight classes at the same time, at flyweight and middleweight, coming off a win over Tyson Nam and Brad Tavares. But on the other hand, Brandon Allen, he's only successful in 1 weight class, 185. So obviously we have to go with Bruno Silva since he's doing more. Next fight. David Onama versus Gabriel Santos. Gabriel Santos' nickname is Muscatino, which I'm going to guess is a Mexican Macio. And as you guys already know, Mexico was very in right now until they ran into Amanda Nunes a few weeks ago. And when I look at Gabriel Santos, I see he's not even really from Mexico. He's from Brazil, which makes me just as confused as you guys are with trying to figure out where I'm going with this. I'm going with Santos. Next fight. If it isn't our guy, next fight. Emmett. That might be the shortest retirement in UFC history. Fresh off 1 week retirement, the double champ is back, this time to fight Macy Barber at 125. Much respect to the double champ. A win over Macy Barber is a great way to start the journey into becoming the UFC's first ever triple champ. I'm going with Amanda. Next fight. And here we are at our main event. Josh Emmett versus Ilia Topuria. Now, you guys already know how I feel about these white guys named Josh. But on the other hand, you also know how much respect I have for these fighters that are coming out of Georgia. Such consistent greatness coming out of there. They even give us Outcast. Now, my question to myself is, what do I care more about? White guys named Josh or fighters coming out of the Peach State? And that's it. UFC Fight Night. Emmett versus Topuria, Saturday, June 24 at the Vistar Veterans Memorial Arena, Jacksonville, USA. Good luck with your picks.